Hey there, Splinterlands players. I hope you're all doing pretty good. I know we're all thinking about do I buy dice or do I not buy dice? But I wanted to also do the Share Your Battle challenge, and the Kobold Miner is an old card that we all loved in the beginning because it has a really cool artwork. The candle on the head is funny. He it reminds you of those kobolds that you're like, yeah, look at him. He's that guy that I always think of with a kobold. Other than in the past, I always thought they had bluish skin, but he's on the fire team, so he's got red skin. So we'll go take a look at the card. We'll talk about the use of it, then we'll see it in battle. So the Kobold Miner, I have him pictured here at level 6 because I only have him at level 6 alpha because I never pushed hard on the fire team to get them up in level. It's a thing I kind of regret from the beginning of the game, and the comments are just really expensive to level up, and he's a solid card at level 6. I mean, he has his 2 attack, got that 4th speed. You'd really have to buy literally all the way to level 8 to get a big improvement, and that's quite a lot of cards. Who knows, someday I might do it. Maybe the game makes me a lot of money. I just go, okay, let's just go get these. But if that happens, the cards will probably be even worth more, right? But he's a solid low mana card. He only costs 2. He's also a solid 7th card when you're like making your deck and you're like, oh, I only got 2 mana left. Let me throw this guy in there. You can put him up near the front row so that he can sneak attack the whole game, or you could put him in the back. He'll get off a couple sneak attacks, and because his HP is decent, even at level 6 with 4, he's going to take usually 2 hits to kill for most things. Some guys might get him in 1. And if you do max out the card, he becomes a 2 cost, 3 damage, 6 HP, 5 speed monster. That right there is actually really good. The only time you wouldn't really want to maybe throw him on your fire team is when the mana caps are really high and you can play really big monsters. So he's a much better card than people probably give him credit for. The fire team doesn't have as good of a sneak theme for their team, which is why I feel like he gets a little bit underutilized. Because if we go back here and you look through the fire team, let me just throw the alphas up and the untamed. You see sneak here, but if I go through the rest of the cards, let's see, do we have sneak anywhere else? You got okay here. We did get a sneak, the ranged monster added in the Untamed set. But so for a long time, he was the only fire guy who had sneak. Even if you went to the promo cards, I don't think they add in a sneak monster. So that was the one thing about him that I always thought was a disappointment, is that if you wanted to target the back row with him, you couldn't do it by yourself all that great. Once the let's see, the rewards cards, I don't think there's any sneak cards in there. I think the only time you get it is when you go to beta. You don't get one in the fire team, but you finally get a second one in the Elven Cutthroat. So once Beta was on the scene, the combo was to go Elven Cutthroat and him, and you could do the double sneak on the back row for only 5 mana. So you could sneak it in and it was really a solid combo. Pretty much the theory with this card is always set your deck to go up against the last position, hope you don't run into a guy with thorns, and then put a strong tank up in the front area that is going to survive to give them time to take out all those back row attackers. The fire team has changed a whole lot, and so you're going to get to see him here for me in a battle where I went with that old school combo. Let's go ahead and bring this up. But I went with Jotun as the summoner. I am competing right now in Champion 1, so I couldn't really mess around without going to him. This was an interesting fight. Let me just go ahead and try to go for the quick pause. You can never get it without that initial buff, so this was a no legendaries, but where magic and ranged became snipers. Now I took a different idea into this match, that I would use the 2 sneak monsters, mostly because I was trying to get the Kobold Miner in there, that I would throw the beetle there because I wanted to have the rally, then oh no, it's not rally, it's inspire, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, inspire to move up there to attack, and then I wanted all the splash damage. And then the idea here was with the dodge and the melee and the back row being all snipers, that this guy would just have to fight against this one here. The whole setup ended up being kind of interesting because I might have kind of made a mistake, it seems like, because I didn't really go for a lot of snipers in the sniper thing, and I kind of put my beetle in a bad position, you might think. But I did throw in this guy hoping for some early round stuns. And so let's see if this battle works out for me. Since I'm sharing it, you probably are aware that it's going to work out decently well. So I do get that extra HP, which helps a little bit on the beetle not dying too quick. But I do need a stun. And he also does that silence on me. But let's see if I get it. Bam! That's the one I needed. Because now my beetle won't die this round because he doesn't have enough sniper damage with the armor to take him out. And that's an important thing. And then as you can see, Jotun against a normal summoner here, I mean, the blast damage, it just starts to get pretty wild because even though I don't directly attack the wood nymph, I take it out in the first round. So I did go with the sniper, with the double sniper, double sneak, expecting to kind of just lay waste to that back row all over the place. I did get a little lucky here that I landed that initial stun, because that initial stun is going to let me then not let my beetle get killed because of the speed differences here. Because you might not see it, but that with that inspire, I'm about to do a sneak attack, followed up by another sneak attack, and I believe, if I'm remembering this correct, oh yeah, so there's the sniper attack followed with the sneak attack that just bounces enough damage over to I took out the vulture and I took out the elemental, and then here comes my Kobold Miner, and he's going to hit that guy, which was really big because that dodge flying can be annoying. And then really it's just having all of the damage focus in on the frontline tank, and the battle's over. I'm going to win. I really like how you can see that in a 26 mana, I was able to play a 7-cost summoner and still fill the board with a pretty good lineup because of the combo here that only costs 2 and 3 and 1 and then 4 over here, and then a 5 up front. 26 isn't that much, but to fill that strong of a team and then completely decimate a team that had higher level cards was pretty fun. So I hope you all had a good time watching me use this little guy to help me win a game where he was pretty key. He wasn't the most important card, obviously. The stun was the most important play because without that the beetle would have died quickly. But it was still fun to show the fight, show the Kobold Miner in action, and I hope all of you have a great time and keep enjoying the game. I hope that we see the DEC price go up. It's been listed on CoinMarketCap, and that's really cool. And there's going to just be more syncs coming to the game. They're going to have the guild halls, the guild upgrades, the guild battles. You're going to have land coming out. You have dice already on the board, and all of those things are going to give us more and more things to do with our dark energy crystals. So myself, I might be doing a purchase of those and just put away a good chunk of them and just hold on to them. So everybody else, do what you want and take care. Till next time.